That helps a little bit. Let's see if this works. Hello, everybody. This is Tenacious Earl. Pardon me while I get something to drink here while I play my game. This is going to be the final series. I'll tell you what. This series, I have come probably the closest so far I've come to bagging this sucker. This Phillies replay has been so tough. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's a personal rooting interest in a way. And I've talked about it before, but it gets really tough when you're talking about a team that you remember fondly. And, and I got a cord right here. Sorry about that. So anyway, but we're going to power on. So they've split the first two games. The first game they lost, which was probably the frustrating part. And then the second game they won in dramatic fashion. And if you are subscribed or whatever you want to call it, signed up for the Facebook group, then you would have already seen that and would have read my account of that. So, but let's just move on to game 3 here rather than I'll spare everybody maybe I'll tell it later. We'll see if we have time, but I don't want to get too wrapped up in that. So this is June 1. So we have moved to the left-hand side, and I'll have to remember to do that. So things are going to maybe get a little more interesting as far as maybe get some more good days at the ballpark here as far as the ballpark settings go. So let's roll this. But it's a 20 today, so we're going to get, it's bad conditions here even for June. It's going to be 8 and 5. On the singles and 11s on the home runs, and we're ready to go. So for the Marlins, hi Jerry. For the Marlins, who are leading the NL East right now, 36 and 18, they have had a great first 54 games on as far as like Stratomatic PC has been playing them through. Their lineup here: Hanley Ramirez short, little windy, yeah, blowing in. Hanley Ramirez short, Jeremy Hermida in right, Jorge Cantu third base, Wes Helms first, Dana Ugla second, Cody Ross in center, Jock Jones in left, and Mike Rabello catching, backup catcher, and Andrew Miller on the mound. And these guys shouldn't be out there first because we're playing at CBP, so already doing that. So it's going to be lefties on the mound today. Andrew Miller and Jamie Moyer for the Phillies. It'll be Rollins at short, Victorino center, Utley second, Howard first, Burrell left, Felice third, Coast catching, Taguchi right, and Moyer on the mound, and we will get going here. Let's go. Game 3 of the series. Can the Phillies take 2 or 3 like they did in real life? They won this game 7-5 in real life. And against a lefty, ballpark single chance right off the bat for Hanley Ramirez. He is a righty, so 1-5. And it's a 9, so he will line it to the shortstop for out number 1. Already woo. First, I messed up my marking there, and then an unintentional box slam. So, so Hermida with 1 out, 6-7 batting from the left side. And this will be a 1-4 double. The rest are singles, and that'll be a single. Moyer 0, Coast +2. With 1 out, Hermida will try and see if he can get a lead. He needs a 4. And he gets a 5 total, so no good lead, so he will not be trying to steal any further. 2 on the D20 here on Cantu's roll, so let's roll this first. Okay, so that's potential passed ball, but Chris Coast is a 0, so we just keep rolling. Against a righty, 5-6, there is a single. Hermida, he's going to try for third here. 12. He was, let's see, He was not held on base, so that's going to help him. That makes him a 13. Right fielder Taguchi is 0 arms, so that's a 1 to 13 chance. They will throw behind him to hold the runner at first, so he will take third base. So Hermida third, Cantu first, and Helms at the plate with 1 out. They're going to play back, hoping for an inning-ending double play here. 5-11 against a righty, and there you go. That is the ticket. Grounder to Rollins, Rollins to Utley, to Howard, double play, and Moyer induces the double play to get himself out of the inning. So no damage in the first for the Phillies. And it'll be Rollins leading off here against Andrew Miller. No longer in the playoffs, sorry Tribe fan. 6-4, batting from the right side, grounder to short. Ramirez is a 3, E24, and a 1, so that's going to be a base hit. And let's see about 13 on an E21. No error. Let's see, so Miller is a +5. Rebello 0. Rollins is definitely going to try to get a lead here. 4 to 6 he needs, and he gets a 10, so he doesn't get it. But let's calculate it out. 5 and so 1 to 15 chance. Let's see. Victorino is going to hit and run. Try to play a little small ball here. It's a 110. That's probably not going to do any good here. That's a pop out to second base for out number 1. With 1 out, Rollins is going to take off. 1 to 15 chance. And it's a 4, so he will steal second. Utley at the plate. And another 2 means we check passed ball. 1 to 3 for Rebello. No passed ball. Utley 3-6 against a lefty. 1 to 7 triple chance. It's a 3. That is a triple for Utley. He will make his way to third. Rollins will score 1-0 Phillies off Utley's card. So Utley at third with 1 out. Sac fly would get him home. Ryan Howard at the plate. 6-9 against a lefty, and he strikes him out. 2 down. Pat the bat. Hero last night. Walk-off homer. 2-run shot. And it'll be a 2-9, and that's a double off Miller, and that's going to score another run. So 2 runs across for the Phillies, and a 2-0 lead as they get to Andrew Miller here. Pedro Feliz with Burrell at second. A single might score him. 5-8, and that'll be a grounder to second. Second baseman Ugla, not a good range, 4E15. But he will get to that one, and the throw will be good for the out. And that'll end the inning, but 2 runs in the bottom of the first for the Phillies. They get on the board. And hello to the 5 of you that are in here. Any of you that haven't said hello, that's cool. Hope you're enjoying this so far. See if Moyer can hold these Marlins at bay. Ugla. 2-3, and that'll be a grounder to first. And Moyer will come over to cover the bag. And I'll tell you what, Ugla, for a right-hander, that's a pretty ugly left-handed card. I'm sure they expected more out of him against lefties than that. So I guess he just had trouble seeing the ball. Cody Ross, a little bit better, 2-6. 1 to 5 single. It's a 17. That'll be a grounder to first. This time Howard will call off Moyer, and step on the bag himself, Jacques Jones. Another 2-6. It's a fly ball to left. And we are through 1.5. Gotta find a better place for my bottle of soda. It's right in my way. I gotta make sure I don't leave a ring there, moisture. Okay. Bottom of the second, Chris Coast. Against a righty, 6-5, grounder to short. Ramirez 3, E24, and that's going to be another single. That's 2, and maybe more. A 4 on an E24, and that is a single and an error. So Ramirez showing his lack of fielding ability. So Coast at second base now with nobody out. Taguchi at the plate. He's going to try bunting over the runner. Hold on. Someone called my name. Yes? Apologies, I had delivery, so a 10 on the bunt. I'll tell you what, my extra playing here, my strategy plays aren't really working out so well. Taguchi springs a bunt, a 10 is a pop-up. So 6 is what, the third baseman? Yeah. 1 out. That brings up Moyer. He's going to go ahead and bunt as well, although that's an 11. He'll be a B because they're expecting it, and so that's 1 and 2. Well, they'll have him bunt again. Maybe they'll catch a break here. There's an 8. And there is finally a good sacrifice. So Coast at third, maybe passed ball, maybe a wild pitch. So 2 outs. 4-6 batting from the right side. That's a fly ball to center field, and that will end the inning. So Taguchi and his poor bunting ability. Hey, Mike McAllister, how you doing, man? Rebello, top of the third, 2-0 Phillies. 3-12, a ballpark home run, a 1-11 chance, and it is going to stay in the park. Righty, so that'll be a fly ball to the left fielder, and Moyer gets away with a pitch. The wind blowing in helped him there. 1 out. Miller on the at bat. He bats from the left side, 6'10". It's going to be a catcher X. Coast a 4 and a 20. Should be a ground out. And it is. So Ramirez with 2 outs. And he's going to strike out to give Moyer a 1-2-3 inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the third. The Phillies still ahead by 2. And it'll be 2-3-4 in the lineup here, starting the bottom of the third. Victorino, 2-10. That is a ballpark home run. Can he get the 1 to 11 chance himself? It is back. Long drive, and it's going to be a right fielder, center field. Hold on, I got to look up. Citizens Bank. I should have them printed out here somewhere. The dimensions. Center field is 6. Well, so this is one that could potentially go out. This is a robber chance. Center fielder is Cody Ross, and he's a 3. So that is another 1 to 11 roll. And this time it's gone. Home run. Victorino. I'll tell you what, I'm kind of unconvinced about the robbing thing. It sort of takes some of the drama away. I can't tell you how many times it's been affected by that roll. So 3-0 Phillies. Miller not having a good day. 6-11 against a lefty. Ground right back to Miller. He is a 4E13, but he is going to make the play for the out. 1 away. I think especially for the making a video on a channel makes it pretty tough. 4-5 against a lefty strikes him out. It makes it tough when you're sapping some of the potential energy that you can generate from your call. Burrell with 2 outs, 4-5 as well, and then he'll strike out. So a couple of repeat rolls there. Not doing good. Got arthritis. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mike. Just rest up. Hopefully you can watch some Strat here, and hope you get to feeling better. I'll keep you in my prayers, bud. Hermida, top of the 4th against Moyer. 6-8 against a lefty. Grounder to Utley. Utley is a 2E14. And he is, well, will he make the play? He gets to it, but a 15 with an E14 is an error, so E4 with nobody. Cantu's going to hit and run here, so, and it's a 6. This is a potential what? Defense? Now that's a ground ball to second. He is going to be a B, so that'll be a second. Only plays to first because Hermida just got too good of a lead, so 1 out. Helms against a righty. 4-2, 1-2 single chance, and it's a 4. That'll be a liner to short, second out. And Ugla. And a 3-7, and that's a fly ball to center. Boy, they catch a break there. That 3 column is Ugla's 1 saving grace. So no runs in the 4th for the Marlins. Will go to the bottom, and it'll be Felice, Coast, and Taguchi up. So 3-0 Phillies. And I just realized I cost them a run in the box score. So Felice, 5-2 against a righty. This is a 1-5 chance off of Miller's card. That'll be a line out to the shortstop for the first out. Chris Coast. Well, I will try to zoom in a little bit. It's kind of tough to do it all in the shot here, but I'll do the best I can. I'm going to start running off the page, but we'll keep it here while we can. So Coast, 6-7 against a righty, and that's going to be 1-8 double. That's a 3, so double for Coast. 6-7. Yep. And you have to decide how long the Marlins will go with Miller here. Taguchi with Coast at second. 2-6, and he's going to pop it out to short for out number 2, and the pitcher spot will be Moyer, and 6-7 against a lefty batter. He's going to walk Moyer. That could be trouble. See ya, Jerry. And here is Rollins with first and second and 2 outs. 5-3, a fly ball to left field. Jock Jones, 4E6 and an 8. That is probably going to score a run and a rare play. Okay, so a 4 and an 8 is a single 2-star, and then we got the rare play, so an SI2 with a rare play. Batter hits a single with base runners advancing 2 bases. As the batter rounds first, the fielder throws the ball behind him and catches him off the bag for an out. So that will get the Marlins out of the inning, but not before a run scores. And that's going to be, we'll say 7-6-3, catches Rollins napping. But they do catch a run there, since the runner Coast was off with the pitch. Well, off with on the crack of the bat. Okay, Strat Classic. I'm glad that I was able to zoom it into the point where you can catch it. What I might have to do is just move the box over a bit. Or the other thing I could do is kind of this. Well, see, if I do this, then it makes a little bit. Yeah, it's just really, we'll do the best we can. Another thing I can do is move that over just a shade. All right, so Cody Ross will lead off the 5th. Phillies with a 4-0 lead now. And it'll be Ross, 5-7 against a righty. He'll walk. Leadoff base runner for the 2nd inning in a row. Jock Jones. And there's another 5-7, another walk. So now it's going to be Rebello up to the plate. Four, 8, and that'll be a fly ball to left for Rebello, and he is not going to hit it where Burrell can't get to it. Burrell does get it, so with 1 out, it'll be Miller, and Miller is going to be pinch hit for. The Marlins are going to go to their bullpen. And let me see, who did they use? They used Wachter and Greg last game. So they're going to get up. Now it's either Pinto or Tankersley. This early, I think they're going to get up Tankersley to take care of the lefties that are coming up. So Miller will be pinch hit for by Alfredo Amizaga. First and second, 1 out. It's a 10 on the D20 there. 6-5 batting from the right side. That'll be a shallow fly that will be caught by Taguchi for the 2nd out. And Hanley Ramirez with 2 outs. And Ross at second. Jones at first. A 1-8 1 to 4 single chance off Moyer, and it's going to be an 8, so that'll be a grounder to second, and the Marlins will be unable to get the opening walks in that inning home, and their starter is now out of the ball game. So now I'll warn you here, Tankersley is not very good. I'm going to take him out as soon as the lefties are over for the Phillies, but I mean, actually, let me look at something here real quick. I'm trying to decide if Tankersley was sent down after that game. That he, no, he wasn't. So he's still on the team. So we will go with him, lefty. There's also Reniel Pinto. Miller went 4 innings. And so it'll be Victorino leading off. Bottom of the 5th against Tankersley, batting from the right side here. 2-4 against a lefty. That one is long, and that one is gone for Victorino. He takes Tankersley out of the park off of his own card. Tankersley's card is not so good from the right side, but they didn't even need to take any of those home run chances. Victorino gets one off the bat. 5-0 Phillies. Here is Utley. 4-6 against a lefty, and that will be a single 1 to 17. It's a 13, so that will be a single for Utley. And now Ryan Howard. This will be Tankersley's last batter. They're going to get Burke Badenhop warming up. And that is a 6-6 against a lefty, and that's a walk, so Tankersley does nothing to help his team's cause, and they're going to take him out for Badenhop. So Badenhop will come in to face the righties. And okay, so Howard on first, Nutley on second with nobody out. And here is Pat Burrell, last night's hero. And a 6-7 against a righty grounder to second base. Could they turn 2 here? Ugla's a 4E15. 4 and a 13. I don't think that's going to be... Now there is a... That's a... Let's see. That's a 15. That's a high number. Let's see. On the 6s. So 4 and 13. That'll be a G3, which means everybody advances. Yeah, except the batter would be out. Now the 15 on the E15 and no error, so that will be a grounder to second out, first out. Everybody moves up, and that's going to bring up Pedro Feliz with 1 out. They're going to play the infield in here. 4-7 against a righty, and that is a single right up the middle, and both Utley and Howard are going to score, and the Phillies open this game up. That makes it a 7-0 affair now. So Coast with a runner at first. 3-7. Let me see something. Did I... Now, those are both 4s, yes. So, a 3-7 against a righty is a fly ball to center, B. So, that's the second out. No advancement. And now Taguchi with 2 outs. 5-11 against a righty. Ballpark single. So against a righty, 1-5. And that's a 12. That'll be a line out to short. And that'll end the inning. 3 runs come in to score, though. That is a 7-0 lead going to the 6th. So Moyer now pretty much in control. This may be his last inning. We will see. It'll be Hermida, who is 1 for 2. Reached on an error his last time, and he singled. 4-6 against a lefty, and he strikes him out. Can 2. 1-6 is a strikeout. Again, 2 in a row. Oh, wait, that was a 4-6, now a 1-6. So 2 down, Wes Helms. 3-10, and he'll be beaned. So that brings up Ugla with a chance maybe to do some damage here off Moyer. And that's a 2-3, and a 2-3 is a grounder to third base, and Howard will force Moyer to run all the way over and cover the bag for the out. So Moyer is going to lead off the next inning, and the Phillies, I think, will take a look to their bullpen here. Baden-Hop will get another inning. And they're going to give Moyer the rest of the afternoon off. He's pitched pretty well, but let's see. So they had Madsen and Lidge last game. So they're going to get, they'll have Clay Condrey warm up. And they will get, let's see, against a righty, Jeff Jenkins. FL is not in this game. Florida. No, they're not in the game. They're playing pretty poorly, actually, which is fine by me. So Jenkins will be the leadoff pinch hitter here. 6-4 against a lefty grounder to short. This is Ramirez. 3 and an 8. I think he'll make the play here and get out of that. Yes. 1 out. Jimmy Rollins. 4-8 batting from the left side. And that's going to be a 1-3 double chance. It'll be a single. No running here as they're ahead by 8. They're going to, or no, by 7. They're going to take it easy. I keep saying 8. So Victorino. 2-8. And that is a single to left. Rollins. With 1 out, he's going to try and extend this. So they'll try to throw him out. So runner advancement, you subtract 2 from Rollins, so and he would be held on. So 17, 16, 15, 14. And your left fielder is Jones, a +1. So 17 down to 14. So 1-15 chance to take third. And it was going to be an 11. It was either 9 or 11. It was going to be 11. So he does move up. And on the throw, Victorino is able to also get into position. So fielder's choice. So it'll be Utley. They're going to play the infield in. Utley against Baden-Hop. And they're going to, the Marlins will get another, you know what, they're going to bring in a relief pitcher. They're going to bring in Pinto here to face Utley and Howard. So Baden-Hop goes 1 1/3. So it'll be Pinto Second and third, again, they're going to play the infield in here. 4-8 against a lefty. 1-18 is a single and would score a run. And it's an 18 right on the money. There you go. Wow. So a single, and that's going to score Rollins. Victorino is going to be able to move to third, first and third with 1 out. And it'll bring up Ryan Howard. .110 against a lefty. Ballpark home run, 1-11, and it is gone. Out of here. 3-run home run for Ryan Howard, and finally the Phillies have broken out. They didn't do it in that first game, but they do it here, and this is all but over. That's now 11-0, and let's see. Well, they're going to stick with Pinto at this point. So nobody on, 1 out, and it'll be Pat Burrell. Against a righty, 5-2, 1-5 single chance, and it's a 14 line out to short. 2 outs, and it'll be Felice now. 6-7, a walk. Or no, fly ball to center, my bad. So 4 across. And it's 11-0. So Moyer is out of the game. It'll be Condrey now. Let's see. The Phillies are going to make... let's see. They're going to move Taguchi to left field. They're going to put Jenkins in right field. Let's see. They're going to move Dobbs to first base. So, and let's see. And they're going to put Condrey in the 7, or wait, no, not, wait, where am I? Yes, in the 5 hole for Burrell. So, real quick, a couple of adjustments here. So Dobbs will be at first. That's a 4E4 and a 12. And you've got Taguchi in left. It's the same rating. You've got Jenkins, who is a 3 -1 E11 and 11 speed in right. And just rearrange these cards a bit. So where did Jenkins go? He's right. I guess I must have put him up here. There he is. Jenkins. Jenkins is going to stay in the game. He'll be there. And Howard is going to get the rest of the game off. Where's Dobbs? Here he is. Burrell's going to get the rest of the game off. Okay. There we go. A little bit of finagling there, but that's what you do sometimes. Cody Ross against Condrey now. 11-0 lead. 4-9 against a righty, and that's a single. Oh boy. Talk to the manager. Yeah, it's tough when you got a 36-18 start and then you just have a flame out of a game. Oh, that's right. McAllister is a Mets fan. He doesn't like this. Phillies are at 6-6 against a lefty. 1-11 single. Maybe they're gonna no, that'll be a 50. That's a grounder to short B, so 6-4 fielder's choice. Rebello. That's a 1-6. 1-10. Wait, 1-6 is a strikeout. Getting ahead of myself here. And now the pitcher spot. That means that they will be done with Pinto. Now they'll move to Fiesta. They're going to get Justin Miller warming up. So, and they will pinch hit with Lugo. So, one on first there and 2 outs. Jones, his run is of really no consequence. Not going to try to steal Luis Gonzalez with 2 outs. That's a 1-7. And the runner is not in scoring position. That's a fly ball to center field for the 3rd out. 7th inning stretch. Gonzalez will take a seat on the bench here. And it's going to be Miller coming in for maybe 2 innings. Pinto went 2/3 of an inning. So bottom of the 7th, Chris Coast. 3-5, 1-2 single chance. It's a 4. That'll be a line out to the shortstop, 1 out. So Taguchi. 3-3. That's a foul out to Cantu, out number 2, and it's going to be Jeff Jenkins who has stayed in the game. 6-3 against a lefty. Ballpark single for a lefty, 1-8. And an 18 will be a line out to the second baseman. Ugla for the 3rd out in a 1-2-3 inning. Something that hasn't happened much here for the Marlin pitchers. Let's see. Condrey staying in the game for the 8th. And it'll be Ramirez facing him. And a 3-5. That'll be a single for Ramirez. They are going to play off him, which means he automatically gets the good lead. He will steal. But Condrey -1, Coast +2. So just subtract 1 to 17 chance he's going to steal. It's a 14. Hermida. And that's a 2, so maybe a passed ball. Well, Coast has a 0 rating for passed balls, so 1-3, that's a grounder to short. Ramirez holds at second, 1 out. Jorge Cantu. And that's a 3-10, a ballpark home run for Cantu. 1-11, and it's a 10, it's gone. 2-run shot for Cantu, and they do put together a couple of runs. 11-2 now. And it's Wes Helms. 5-7 against a righty, and more trouble. 1-14. Oh, that's a single. And the Phillies are going to go to the bullpen here as Condrey has gotten tired. And they'll get Chad Durbin out to face Ugla. Moyer went 6. Condrey went 1 1/3. And so now it's Durbin's turn. So Ugla with Helms at first. 2-11. And that's a grounder to short. And that's going to be a double play turner. 6-4-3, and they get out of the inning with only the 2 runs scored against. Justin Miller to the plate, or to the mound, I mean, not to the plate. Jimmy Rollins. So here we go. I guess you can still see the edge there. 5-5. Batting from the left side. That'll be a grounder to Ramirez. 3 and an 11 and a 12, and he'll make the play. 1 out. Shane Victorino, the flying Hawaiian, 6-6. He's on the left side. This could be a triple for him. Definitely not an unexpected result for the flying Hawaiian. 1-12 triple. It's a 17. That'll be a double. So now Utley, they don't have any left-handed pitchers out there, so Utley will just go ahead and swing away. Victorino staying pat. That is a strikeout on the 5-7 against a lefty. 2 outs. And it'll be Greg Dobbs. And a 3-7 against a righty, and that'll be a fly ball to center, and the double does not hurt them any further. So 11-2, top of the 9th, and trying to get everything in the screen here. It's just not going to be easy. Let's see. Durbin can still pitch, so he's going to with Ross at the plate. What do they have? Trainer and Jacobs left. They will save Jacobs for Jacques Jones. So top of the 9th. I hope you guys can see that. What I can do is just zoom it out a skosh like that. So Ross leads off against Durbin. 2-6, and that's a strikeout. And it'll be Jacobs in for Jones. And they might even use Matt Trainer as well. So Mike Jacobs, the lefty, with some pop. 5-7 against a lefty, he'll walk. Let's see, what's Rebello's card look like? We'll go ahead with Trainer. Their last option off the bench. Runner at first, and it'll be Trainer and a potential passed ball, or no, balk. Durbin doesn't balk though, so we just go ahead and roll it off. 2-7, fly ball to center field B. That'll be caught, 2 outs. And oh my goodness. That was classic there. What is Miller's? He's a number 1. Let's see. Who do they have that's a good hitter? That's they're gonna go with Mark Hendrickson. Call the manager. They're gonna give Mark Hendrickson an at bat. So the one thing to mention about the Marlins, and usually I'm used to there being 5 pinch hitters on a team, usually for a National League game. Well, in this game here, at this point in time, the Marlins had 8 relievers, and so they were going with only 4 bench players, so that's kind of why I got thrown off here. So 2 outs, and it'll be Hendrickson, a 1-8. And that'll be a strikeout, and that will end the game. So that is a final. The Phillies do take the series 2-1. That'll be an 11-2 final. Moyer gets the victory. And Andrew Miller, as he seemed to do a couple times in this playoffs stretch here for the Indians. I don't know if he took the loss, but he definitely didn't pitch as lights out as he has done in the past when it comes to relief pitch performances. So no saves. I'm just gonna put the Marlins away now, so we're through this series. And the Phillies get to 26-32. They're starting to ascend a bit. Maybe they'll play some teams that afford them the opportunity to get back to 500. Hey, Tribe fan. Yeah, maybe. I mean, the roll should come their way, and when you talk about, you know, the luck or whatever, who will they play next? That is a great question. So it'll be the Cincinnati Reds. So that's their next. Then it'll be another home game. They'll be facing Bronson Arroyo, and it'll be Kendrick going against him. They won that game 5-4. I'll probably continue to do my usual strategy with these of late, which is to play the final game of the series on the channel and try to roll off the other ones offline just to try and expedite the process. I'm almost up to game 60, so I think game 61 would be the one that would show on the channel here. Let me see. I assume that they have a 3-game series with the Reds. If it's a 4-game series, maybe I will. Oh, here we go. I might go with the last game. So let's see. Where are we at? We're in June. 3-game series with the Reds, and then they go down to Georgia to face the Braves for a 3-game series, and then they head down to Joe Robbie Stadium, or whatever they called that at the time, for the Marlins, and then they go out to Busch Stadium. We see the first bout with the Cardinals. That takes us to the middle of June. And from there, we go to a bit of an American League swing with home for the Red Sox, home for the Angels, and on the road for the Athletics and Rangers. So a pretty significant batch of time in the AL West. So we'll get to see some DH games when they go out west. So maybe that's something that will suit everybody. Do they play in one more away game? Away series for that? No, I guess that's all they're going to do. They did play a series at home against the Blue Jays, but we're only going to get 2 series with DH, so that tends to simplify some of the strategic elements as far as pitching and stuff like that. Pinch hitting and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you liking the video here if you do. I know sometimes games are better than others. This one, for me, is good because the Phillies got to win. And didn't like leaving the Marlins without a bench option for the final batter of the game. But Hendrickson, he was a number 4 hitting card, so that works out. All right, good night. Have a great one, and God bless. Strat on.